Hi everyone, my name is Marcin, if you don't know me, and I do things in Photoshop. Lately I've done this course, I was talking about this quite much, and today I wanted to show you the walk through this process. I want to show you what I did on this image to get this effect from this beginning. At first, let's zoom this a little bit, so you're going to see a bit more details about this. I want you to see the texture of this image. We started from this, so as you can notice, a lot of things was destroyed. We had some spots, we had some weird colors and other things. And as you can see, after, I'm sorry for this, after this whole process, this image looked like this. So there was a lot of things. I liquefied this image, I did a retouch using a few different methods, I fixed the lights on the image, I dodge and burn this image, so quite many things. And for those of you who were not convinced yet and didn't decide to get this course, I want to show you how you can get this course. Right now there's a discount, 84% off. The price went up recently a little bit. Till now I'm getting quite nice reviews, and this course is 4.5 hours, 25 lectures of beauty retouch. You can notice there's really a lot of things about this course, so yeah, I just recommend you to get this. If you didn't decide, if you have any question, you can ask me, but in this video I want to go with you through the process I did. So let me uncheck everything over here, and I'm going to start from the beginning what we've done. As you can see, there's a lot of layers. So that was the original image. As you can see, it didn't look nice. It was really nice shot. I really like this image. I found this image as a stock and I thought it's the perfect image to do a retouch because it's fantastic shot, but still there's so many bad spots on this image. There's so many buttons, and when you see this kind of image you just want to work on this. So I started with this, and the first step I've done, as you can see, was cleaning up, which I called correct over here, and I started with frequency separation. As you can see, I did quite basic frequency separation. On the texture, I was working with the little spots, so I removed the little spots, and of course I was working with the color layer to fix the tones. I wasn't doing that much because usually I prefer to do another set of frequency separation, which is above, and I call this another set tones. So what you can notice, I prefer to split the layers and create new set of frequency separation, and in this second spot I found some of the spot like over here and on the nose, I think over here. As you can see, the lights didn't work so great for me, so I decided to work a little bit, and this area was too bright, so I was just fixing tones. I create few of these layers inside to use a very soft brush and paint inside. It allows me to not affect the texture, but it allows me to fix the colors. As you can see before, here was too bright, here was some lights, and this area over here quite devastated. After it looked much better. So that was kind of small change, but I think after this frequency separation this image started to look seriously. Of course, after this I did just small step. I removed this area over here because I always remove something that is not really necessary on the image, like when there's some spot when it's going out just a little bit, just why not remove this when it just bothers you. I'm talking about this area over here. It just looked not that nice, so why to keep this? The next thing was, as you can notice, was the makeup. I found a lot of these quite strong spots, the white areas, so I decided to even out this a little bit. It's very difficult to notice, but when we zoom this image quite much, you can see that that was after and that was before. I feel this makeup was a bit too rough, so I want to even out the texture a little bit over here. The next thing I usually do is liquefying the image. I usually do this after basic retouch. I just like to do like this. When I have the skin texture looking better, I feel better when I liquefy this image. So as you can see, I pull up the forehead a little bit. It didn't have the strong shape before, really sharpen and dynamic shape. And as you can see, after this small liquefying, I pull up the eyes just a little bit, not the eyes but forehead. So this model looks a bit more sharpened, a bit more dynamic. And I was working just a little bit on the cheeks of her. So it wasn't huge work, but yeah, I just worked it a little bit. And as you can see, the forehead looks much better. The next step after setting up the shape was the lip retouch. So let's open this, and I think I've done a really nice job about the lips, because the point is, as you can notice, before that the lips were like, it was really popular recently when it was Kylie Jenner, I'm not sure how's her name, is challenge, when everyone was putting their lips into the glass, and it looks a bit like this. They go into every area and it just doesn't have the point, right? So I just make them a bit more tidy, if that's the right expression for it. As you can see, I pull them up just a little bit. I worked with the shape. So the first was the setting up the shape. Let me open this. So yeah, first of all, I work a little bit on the shape, as you can. I'm sorry for this. So first of all, like, I was working a bit on the shape. As you can see, I pull them up just a little bit. After this, I fix the colors and fix these white spots on the lips, and now they look absolutely beautiful for me. And at the end, the area around the lips were quite rough, so I decided to work on this, and as you can notice, it looks so much better. Let's zoom this so you will have really nice view for it. That was the lip contour before, and that's after fixing this. After this teeth, I just whitened them a little bit. There is no point to talk much about this. And the next spot, I was working a bit with wrinkles. I just created a simple layer, and as you can see, I just remove just a little bit, not all of them, because it would look just fake, but this area and here a little bit, I was working with the wrinkles, and it looks absolutely great. Eyes, which is super important part probably on every kind of retouch, and that was before. The thing you can notice, I pull up the shape of the eyes, I make them just a little bit bigger, so it still look natural, they just look more livable. And of course, I brighten them up. So there's few steps, like sharpening the eyes. I remove the veins. First of all, remove the veins a little bit, sharpen them. But as you can see, it's very difficult to notice it are sharpened, but just a bit. I did this, brightening, and eyelashes, of course. And the shape was first, as you can notice, just a bit bigger to make them still look natural. Sharpen, you probably will not notice, but it was just a very simple step, like the sharpening the texture of the skin to make this a bit nicer. And the nearly last thing I was doing, it's something actually I don't know if we can find the more important thing than this, but it was dodging and burning, and that's super important part of beauty retouch. And the problem is, most of the people, like not most of the people, but quite common mistake is to do too much at the beginning, In this case I was doing frequency separation, so when you do too much in frequency separation you don't have a chance to work that much on dodging and burning, so that's super important. And what it's do, as you can see, when I do dodging and burning I have quite many different groups, and every group is for something different. One group is for fixes, and for this I just paint the little spots. So that's the problem, if you do too much before, it's wrong. Like, dodging and burning is super important for the retouch, and you can see right now when I open the fixes I just cover the rough areas by dodging and burning. As you can see, it looks much better when we have some rough spots, some rough areas. It works really great. The same over here, as you can see before and after. Like, there's still a few things I could work on. This area looks a bit rough, but when you do a course you have to do as much as you can. So as you can see, dodging and burning doing really great job. And then of course the contours, I set up the contours, make this a bit more sharpened, and just a little bit dodge and burn on the hair to brighten them up. And I think what I do always at the end, I use very simple final adjustments to set up the color. It's up to you which color. I've seen this image in the cold color since the beginning, and I believe it works really great. It was very colorful. The expression of the model wasn't so happy, as you can see, but the image has very strong and colorful colors, so I wanted to adjust the colors of the image till the expression of the model, and I think these cold colors were so much better for this. So that was a very quick walkthrough. As you can see, many things was done before, after, and I think it's really worth to get the course and see exactly what I was doing. Link is in the description to this course. If you are interested, you can find this on Udemy by writing this title. However, you won't get the discount, so like the link for the discount is in the description. It's my own discount for my viewers, and it's really worth to see. And I'm going to talk to you on Monday once again. I'm going to prepare some tutorial for this channel, and probably next week I'm going to upload 2 free tutorials on YouTube for you. So thank you for watching, and see you soon.